Good morning, guys. So I was like you to update on what's happening in the report module that I shown to you last time. Okay, so this is, our task to create a dynamic or configurable reports modules that will be deployed in Azure Web Job is now ready for user acceptance testing. So I already informed my manager and are just waiting for the business side to have the first phase of this task, of this project for them to test and accept. Yeah. So if they are okay, so we can deploy it to production. So basically, this is a .NET Core Console application, and then we will deploy this to WebJob and Azure Cloud. And then, for example, every hour that WebJob will be triggered, but inside our program, it will check also if it's really you want to generate the reports or not. So that is why in our database, we have here the RPT next generate time. So this is the trigger point. For example, this report, 856 and report. When the trigger is running in our web job, it will check inside our database or in our program if today or the time that it's trigger is greater than or equal to this value, then it will generate the report. Okay, so you can find it here. This is the last time. So that is why I have here the day of week. And also, this report will only generate on weekdays. So I think I already condition here night, not Saturday and Sunday, so it will generate. So also in this report, as you notice, we have RPT database. So this is the connection string for the database for its module. So that is why I also changed my DB context. If you remember before in my last video, I'm not putting the connection string inside the constructor. But now I put that inside the constructor. So because the connection string will be changing. So it depends on what database or where is that server located in its report. So that is why in our table here, you can see there's RPT database. If it is inbound or outbound, then that outbound database will have to locate where's the connection string. Okay, so that's why in my program, I just add this global module connection. It's done. That is the connection in its report. And the default connection, that is the connection where all of this, for example, this table or first table is located. That's the main connection. This report config table where it's located. Okay, that's the default connection. But the module connection, that is the connection for module report. Yeah, this one. After reading this table, you can see that there is a database field there. So that is the name of the database and where it is located. So that's basically why. So I have here the git connection, I get environment. So just do like that. So from the app setting, I will read the environment setting there if it is set to production or QA. And then that's the default connection. Of course, the connection string is there. So from here, okay, we have the run report method. you can see that there are injected entropy there. For example, I report service, I report data field, that is injected inside the method. It's part of dependency injection. So I can just say, for example, I want to look for the active reports. I can just say report service that read, so you can get and I pass the connection string default connection string. Okay, so after you read the active reports, and then this is the validation if the existing generate time, this one is lesser than or equal is lesser than or equal to the date today, so it will not generate, but if today is greater than or equal to that date, it will generate. And then in this part, because this is now the module part, I read again the database field, the RPT database, and I pass that in the connection. So that get connection string which report database is that. So he will be using the connection string for report, is being set up here. So that is. Then we are going to read the reports and then we will send the email and I have added another tables here which is not found before. Example, the protocol type. So for now we are using email SendGrid, but in the next future, as my manager told me, we can have FTP, we can have text file, so we need to enhance this program to adapt that. So basically, I will just add here and fair report as well if what sending protocol will we will use. And then for the warehouse, I also have the report warehouse config. This is the where the email per warehouse. For example, there's warehouse, send email, CC email. The protocol type ID is it will this is the foreign key of this one. Okay, this is the protocol type ID. So it can connect what protocol type is being used. Alright, so for warehouse, we have set an email and CC email. Of course, if there are lots of email, we can have just put a comma here, delimited, and we read it in our program. So it will send to multiple emails. Okay. So that is why I already removed it in the app setting and already configured in the table database. So everything come here is coming from the database. Now if succeeds after sending, then we have to log. So I have added a log service here. Basically, we have database log. So we already have this table. So this is what we are using for the logging. So example, okay, so we have module, it's module, like for example, this module is about report module like so that's it. So after successful or if there is an exception, so problem, so we will have this. See, there's an exception here invalid one. So we can, if there's problem, we can check this one what happened. Okay. So basically, I just add the iLogger interface here. It's generic and only for class object. That's why ORT class only. And I have a method signature for this interface. Create or generic type. This is the model or the variable, and of course passing the parameter connection string because in its report it's different connection string. So in the logger stuff here, so this is how we see in entity framework. So rolling the data connection, Then the variable entity that add the model. The model is the log. The entity here is added here like that. Okay. Then substance is the tool set. Okay. So that's it. So that's the log service that create. Then you pass the object your logs. It is this one that we are setting with ID, module, the action, details, the site. Okay. So it has exception on this program is also lab. It is here. Added at least here. Add all the exception and then the lab it here. Add service and then like that. Okay. So that's the addition. And then we have another condition. This one at the generate time. Okay, so basically, this is we just need to change the next generation time. And since this report will be run or trigger only on weekdays, so we check if it's Friday. So that's wherever it's Friday. So if this equals to this Friday, so that's true. And then if that is Friday, then we need to add to this because Saturday and Sunday to this, and it will be next Monday because it will not run on Saturday and Friday. So it's only that's it. Then after, of course, we update the next generate time depending on the interval. Okay, so the update here in our interface is one. So report module model, and this one thing that the how to use transaction inside the entity framework. So entity that begins transaction isolated label I set it to read committed, which means a dirty read is possible, meaning that no shared lock are issued and no exclusive locks are overruled. So there will no simultaneous thing. So for module and found and not to still changes. It's okay then you have to commit the transaction. It's the time that you are receiving the database. If you have problems, so it will roll back. It's the transaction that's roll back. I think that's it. So guys, if you have some recommendation or suggestion how we can refactor this to make it more reusable and make it adherent to the drive principle, don't repeat yourself. I'm really willing to listen and I appreciate it much so it can help me to become better developer, better coder in .NET framework. Actually, this is my first project. I mean, I think this second because I already created before .NET Core and that yeah .NET Core application. But in .NET framework, I've been I think almost 6 years already. PHP .NET and BC. Because .NET Core is few, so I mean its latest. Actually, there's already .NET 5. So we have to keep updating ourselves on the development of Microsoft. And I'm talking about the since we are going to almost to finish this application or project. So the next thing that we need to do is writing the documentation. So this is format of our documentation. So I then started documenting this and pass it to the list. Like for example, this one, the database design. Here did it and it's database or table, what's the column name uses, something like that. It is not finished yet, so this is the next thing that I need to do. Right, so the technical documentation, language use. So I use Visual Studio 2009, .NET Core 3.1, use Azure SQL database, EntityFrameWorkCore, sending SendGrid, an Excel file, EPPLUS, C#8, Azure website. The technologies used for this particular project, and then the repository, and then the references. This is the instruction in email. So basically, this is just like the requirements. So that's one thing. Okay, so I think I'll just run. So today, 4/7, the general times 4/1 is Switzerland, so it's generate the base is outbound. So the video connection is outbound. This with param, no, so it will have no parameter. So, send in success, it logs and update the next generate time. And then it will look for another report. It's just nothing, it's done. So, certainly, I just received the report. This one, this is the report. So I only got it pages the report. Why? Let's see the report modules. This is the reason. So basically, we have to enable to not hit page, not say not page 60 and retry. So only page 60 is generated because the it page 60 retriever is 413. So our date is 47, so it will not generate. This one is generated already. Okay, alright. So that's it for today, and hopefully you like it. And comment below for suggestion. I will some criticism that will help me improve. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the next video and hit the bell button as well. Thank you.